Hello, I'm Dori Nando. You can catch up with all the fun on the Cosmopolitan Mix and on all our shows via podcast. Just go to My Joy Online podcast and search for your favorite show and relive those moments all over again. Only on Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
We always do get into the other newspapers.
Like Shatawale said, ayo.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, are you going to time it?
Yeah, I'm going to time it. Okay, so it's 6:30 here.
Can I just say for the record that I asked to do the daily graphic this morning and he would not give it to me.
No, no, hold on. You said you wanted to do the daily graphic, and then you said, okay, let's do it together, right? So let's do it together.
No, it's fine. Let's go ahead. 6:30.
Okay, let's go. All right, so on the front page of the daily graphic, regulate high lending rates, which is, so IEA is urging the BOG, economists, bankers, so IEA is urging the Bank of Ghana to do that. The economists, the bankers oppose the view that regulation is the way to go. It's something that, I'm very passionate about, so if Anuma will allow me, I can go on and on and on about it, and then it's going to, drag the news review, but really it's not my fault.
Okay, Israel.
Okay,
It's
so
not
can
your
we
fault.
start now?
Just like Adam said it wasn't his fault, but
Okay,
yeah.
we can time.
It's still 6:30, Israel. Okay, 6:31 now.
Okay, so the Institute of Economic Affairs, IE, has asked the Bank of Ghana to regulate high lending rates in the country. The suggestion stems from the IE's belief that the use of moral suasion to get the banks to reduce their lending rates has proved to be ineffective over the years, hence the need for a regulated regime. But the Ghana Association of Bankers and economists disagree with the suggestion because it will hurt the economy. So it's a debate that's been going on for a while now. Those that the lending rates are too high. And lending rates essentially means that if you're going for a loan, you're taking a 10,000 cedi loan, and the interest rate is what? 34%, you're going to pay 3,400 at the end of the year, as in for your interest rates. And people are saying that's quite high, because if I have to pay so much as interest, it discourages businesses from going in for loans to grow their businesses and grow the economy as a result. That's why lending rates need to come really that low. In other countries, they're having lending rates of about 1%. Yes, you take a loan of 10,000 cedis. Imagine that at the end of the year you pay, interest rate of what, 100 cedis. That would be so lovely.
10,100.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here we'll pay something in the range of 3,400, and it's outrageous.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's outrageous.
It's a lot. That's the 34%.
So it means businesses wouldn't be interested in taking.
No, of course, because you're going to use all of your profit to pay them. So
Exactly.
you might as well just not do anything and take
That is why we need to do something about the lending rates. If you ask me, I have a number of options, but I think it's about the cost of the money. So the people who are lending you the money, the banks may probably get it from the Bank of Ghana at maybe 15%. But then the cost that the cost of borrowing, and it would involve they looking at their administrative expenses, the cost of operating the bank, and all of that.
In other words, there's people's salaries, the air condition bills, the water dispenser, the board meetings, everything goes inside the loan.
Goes into the loan. And then on top of all of that, when people fail to pay their loans,
Of course.
that also goes
Into the loan, yeah. So you're paying for your loan, you're paying people's salaries, you're also paying for people who haven't paid their loans, you are paying their loan back.
Yeah.
So getting a loan is pretty complex.
Perfect way to
isn't it?
put it. Thank you very much, anyway.
You're very welcome.
So can we look at the time again? Because this one...
I just took 30 seconds.
No,
I just took
but
30.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a
took
relevant
30 seconds.
conversation.
Okay, Israel.
Okay. So on page 5, corruption, national embarrassment. That's the Kenyan Chief Justice saying that. And free football tickets for jabbed fans in South Africa. Then on page 9, protesters defy Taliban intimidation. And Jerome Boateng denies assault charge. And the story has it that German footballer Jerome Boateng has appeared in court in Munich over allegation that he assaulted his ex-girlfriend in 2018. The defender is accused of injuring the mother of his twin daughters, named as Shireen S., during a dispute while they were on holiday. So he's denying that assault charge. Deadly fire guts Macedonian COVID-19 hospitals. And go to page 12. Peace operations need new approach. That's Hannah Tete, former Foreign Affairs Minister, Ghana Foreign Affairs Minister, who's the special representative of the United Nations Secretary General to the African Union. She says neglecting the psychosocial impact of social injustice and violence towards individuals can affect the ability of communities to embrace reconciliation and identify with necessary changes. And Malcolm Care Foundation rewards policeman. President satisfied with work on O2 compost plant, and hundreds turn up for job fair. Well, you'd expect, because there are a lot of people who are jobless, and so when there's a job fair, they would want to throng it. GBC workers protest land takeover, and they're saying, like any other state institution, the GBC, and for that matter, the state broadcaster, has immediate, short, and long-term plans for their current and non-current assets. So apparently, they've taken some land of theirs, and they're not happy with that. And fake ECG meters flood system. So ECG is cautioning customers and prospective customers of fake electricity meters. But I'm wondering how that works. The electricity meters are supposed to be installed by ECG staff. So why are they cautioning us?
But this is Ghana, because, you know, have you ever been to a mechanic shop and one of the boys there is running his own inner business in the business?
His own abosokai.
His own abosokai now. I mean, he has his own invoice and receipt. That is the business's invoice and receipt, except that this is, you know, his own. So, I mean, all things are possible.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, in the center spread, Oti region gets cassava yam processing factory under 1D1F. 150 graduates to undergo training in oil and gas, and using COVID-19 emergency to abuse power. Unfortunate. Okay, that's what say Wusu, Jose Wusu. All right, interesting. Politics, investigate 2020 electoral violence. Domahini urges president. So the president of the Bono Regional House of Chiefs, Osajifo Osiadeyo Ajimambedu II, has called on the government to set up a committee to investigate the 2020 election violence, during which 8 people died while others sustained injuries. So in another newspaper, on the front page of another newspaper, he's actually said to have described the 2020 election as the most violent ever in the history of the country. All right, elders must step in to resolve PNC crisis. That's Bernard Mona, former chairman of the People's National Convention. Leading COVID-19 vaccination exercise, MCE urges new jabbing. South Assembly. NDC members urged to adopt Break the 8 for 2024. Okay, so the NPP saying break the 8, and then the NDC is also saying that let's break the 8. We thank people of the region, of this region, for their faith in the NDC, and we are sure that members of the NDC will clear their minds from the notion that Bono region is their stronghold after the 2024 general election. So I'm trying to understand the break the 8 thing. So the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Mr. Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, has urged members of the NDC to adopt Break the 8 as its battle cry for the 2024 general election. We have to break the 8 years of high... Okay, that's the approach.
Yeah.
We have to break the 8 years of high unemployment. We have to break 8 years of corruption, nepotism, and economic mismanagement, he stated. That's interesting.
I think it's a pre-counter thing, because obviously at some point the MPP was going to do as a break the 8 something.
No, they've actually already started the break the 8.
So no, the NDC is also, okay, well, you know, break that. So it's hashtag we all the break the 8.
We all the break the 8. Okay, that's interesting. We'll see how it goes. Energy Ministry supports 8 public universities, and says the Energy Ministry has presented a large consignment of varied LED bulbs to 8 public universities at a brief ceremony in Accra in response to an appeal made by Vice Chancellors Ghana. Okay, that's good, because if you have LED, it means you're going to consume less electricity, and if you're consuming less electricity, it means you're going to pay less bills. So that makes sense. Promote private sector participation in iron steel industry. That's John Samuel Abu Jinapor, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. And 6, Highway Authority moves to fix Andema Chuchuliga Road. And improving access to justice for inmates. Tamale Central Prison receives equipment support. We move to page 26, where Professor Bonsu is new GIMPA rector. So the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration has inducted Professor Samuel Kwejo Bonsu as the new rector of the institute. Professor Bonsu has been with GIMPA for over a decade. Until his confirmation as rector, was the director of academic planning and quality assurance. The story is on page 26. And let's go to page 28. No food shortage in schools. That's the Deputy Education Minister saying that. And on page 30, August inflation inches up to 9.7%. Live coverage of election petition cost GBC $3 per minute. Okay, that's a story we've reviewed before. And let's go to the back page. U.S. hands over COVID-19 infrastructure to Ghana. Thank you very much, the United States of America. That's it for the Daily Graphic. How many minutes did I do?
9 minutes. Well done. Let's go. I'm not going to give you a medal as well. Oh, I do love teasing you. It's so much fun. It gives me so much joy.
Right, so feel free.
The Ghanaian, if you can't beat them, join them. The Ghanaian Times this morning, under 1D, 1F initiative, major boost for cassava yam processing as president inaugurates 10 million cedi factory in Adon Kwanta. U.S. Embassy inaugurates oxygen plant at GIDC and hands over isolation center. You said that. President Lord's work on IRCOP project in Otiwi. Now, remember, IRCOP is the recycling thingies that they're going to be putting around town so that you can drop your bottles and rubber bags and all of that. So, okay. On page 3 of the Ghanaian Times, man jailed 20 years for defiling stepdaughter. Family petitions Chief Imam over Kaka's death. MP challenges MMDCE's continued stay in office. The COVID-19 death toll hits 1,084. Kenya first female Chief Justice admits that corruption is a national embarrassment. Sinovac to trial COVID-19 vaccine in South African children as part of a global study. And Somalia on edge as president and the Prime Minister clash over intelligence chiefs. Okay, also the first foreigners have flown out of Kabul since the US pulled out a couple of weeks ago. And a deadly fire guts COVID-19 hospital in North Macedonia. Smoke alarms go off on International Space Station. Oh gosh, I wouldn't want to be there. That'd be scary. Ayawaso West residents warned against indiscriminate refuse dumping. Okay, so also there's the rollout of the AU passport, and apparently that's going to accelerate the Pan-African agenda. So I guess exciting stuff there. You know, Israel, this AU passport,
yeah,
right? I keep on asking myself, how much gravitas do you think it's going to have?
Not sure.
Like I feel like, can I be honest?
Be honest.
I feel like it makes the situation worse because there are some African countries that you actually don't want to be associated with.
Yeah.
So for example, when you're Ghanaian, we have a pretty good reputation. So I'd rather hold a Ghanaian passport so that people will be known that I'm Ghanaian.
I agree with you perfectly.
Then I'm African and like, then you're all kind of like just, I don't know. I mean, I get the whole Pan-African agenda,
if you gave me
but
a Ghana passport and you put an ECOWAS passport or even an African Union passport, I'd take the Ghana passport.
The Ghana passport, yeah. I mean, at least we still have
comfortable with that.
our reputation. So I don't know, when we have to fix that. We really have to fix that because there's some other passports in the world that have so much. You know, I mean, they come with a welcome letter that says, this is your passport to the world. You don't need a visa to go nowhere. I
actually suspect that if they lumped it all together and they gave us AU passports, you go to certain countries and they go at immigration, they're still going to look at the passport And look whether there's Ghana and still discriminate.
And still discriminate, yeah, that's true. Anyway, I guess this is when we're thankful for discrimination, huh? Okay, Central Regional Minister laments high rates of accidents. Yeah, the accident thing is still a thing. The Ghana National Fire Service records 444 deaths, 57,845 fire outbreaks within 11 years. That's a lot. President Law's work on IRCUP, that story there. Okay, the middle, major boost for cassava and yam processing as President inaugurates 10 million Ghana cedi factory in Adon Kwanta under 1D1F. You know, sometimes I'm really tempted to say that this government is doing well. You know, I'm really, really tempted to say that sometimes. Except that it inaugurates, and then it's opening, and then it's the starting. You know, even the Bible says the end of a matter is better than the beginning. It's the starting. We're also good at starting, but what an amazing thing it would be if all these factories and things were actually up and running.
A lot of these factories are actually private initiatives, so we expect them to work and work well. It is only when government has to be involved that way. I mean, I'll be worried because government hasn't proven to be, the state hasn't proven to be
the best custodian of
private ventures, of businesses.
Businesses, yeah. At least I think we're thankful that those days when, you know, private-owned businesses were completely massacred because of their political affiliations. Yeah. I mean, that seems to have reduced a little bit, but I don't know. Okay, NRSC, DVLA, MTTD to remove illegal lamps on cars. Good. Good. Because did you know that you can buy sirens and those blinking things on eBay and have them posted to Ghana? And if you have like a 4-wheel drive, you just fix the things from the eBay box and just be driving your car doing like, you know what I mean? Like,
but so yes, DVLE, MTTD, they're going to, I mean, a lot of the time you hear they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to do that, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
In fact, yesterday I was driving somewhere on the Afgo Road towards airport, and there was this vehicle with these huge headlamps on top of the vehicle. It was a 4-wheel drive, and was driving into the DVLA from the back. And I was telling myself, I'm hoping that when it gets there, they're going to take it off.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay, I think that's about it. Let me just do some quick sports. So Marseille handed ban, Nice lose 2 points. For Brawl and discontinuation of League One match, Hazard is getting back to best. Arsenal coach asks players to bounce back. Okay, I'm not going to go into Arsenal this morning. German players fine after emergency landing. Pele, I'm doing well after surgery. Oh, we do thank God for that. We didn't fear England. Polish midfielder after 1-1 draw. And Panama hold off Mexico in World Cup qualifier. Preco is confident that Akono can deliver for Ghana. And that's former Black Stars attacker Yao Preco. Oh, yeah, I remember him quite well. Geosports Academy with Win Ho Juvenile League, Kotoko, to decide Barreto's fate ahead of new season. And on the back page, WACAM, a premier community-based human rights and environmental mining advocacy NGO, is slamming the Mineral Commission for promoting river pollution and environmental degradation. That's quite interesting. All right then. So that's it. That's it for me.
How many minutes did you
9
do?
minutes.
You did 9 minutes?
Yeah.
And I did how many minutes again?
9 minutes. I mean, I'm trying to be like you. You know you're my role model, right? I mean, one can only aspire to be the best. Or to be with the best. I can't be on the review with you and be slacking.
Okay.
Like, they do 9 minutes and they do 3. Nah, man. Nah.
Okay.
It's like your press-ups. You know, the day you did 50, I did 55. Like, what are you talking about?
You did?
In my mind, yeah. You think it's easy to do 55 press-ups in your mind?
Okay,
it's
all right. Let's get on with the finder. So on the front page, upon Nkrumah charges Ghana Publishing Board to consolidate gains, encroachment of GVC lands alarming. That's the union saying that. And I want to actually get into that story, which is on page 4. So the unionized staff of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation has bemoaned the takeover of the corporation's land at the old broadcasting house near Jubilee House. It said the encroachment on the 42-acre of land was carried by the Ministry of Finance for the building of the Office for the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA. The public service broadcaster, the union notice, is clothed with the statutes on how to dispose of its properties. All right. I'd like to understand what is actually happening there. So trying to figure out exactly where that land is. But yeah. All right. So also the front page of the Finder, 1D, 1F, phase 1 of 10 million city factory opens. And that story is on page 8 in the center spread. So it's all there with photos. And Melcom honors Inspector Annan for outstanding performance. So the Melcom Group of Companies has honored Inspector Theophilus Ayi Annan of the National Coordination of the Welfare Steering Committee of the Ghana Police Service for making a tremendous impact in the police service. Inspector Annan was nominated as the City Police for the 4th edition, trying to see exactly what he did. All right, but let's move on. Do or die comment positions Mahama as a man of violence. That's Nana B, the National Youth Organizer of the governing New Patriotic Party, saying that. YEA job fair opens. Okay, and traffic flow on N1 urban roads in Dakuman to be disrupted for some reason. And that's an announcement coming from the Ghana Ministry of Roads and Highways through the Ghana Highways Authority. It says the disruption of there's going to be disruption of vehicular flow traffic on sections of the N1 highway and some urban roads at Dakuman. This is to enable Gradeco to undertake the stringing of transmission line conductors across the N1 and some areas in Dakuman. 3 teacher unions respond to cost of laptops initiative. 3 teacher unions have released the cost of a laptop under the One Teacher, One Laptop initiative to clear the air on speculations making rounds on the media landscape. The unions are the Ghana National Association of Teachers, the National Association of Graduate Teachers NAGRAT, and the Coalition of Concerned Teachers Ghana. The president of NAGRAT, Mr. Injo Kabunu, in a statement said the total cost for a laptop was 1,831 cedis, of which government would bear a cost of 1,282 cedis, while a teacher would pay 594 cedis. That's 30%. All right. So on in other stories in the Finder, let's see where we go to next. All right. Yeah. In sports, no decision on Mariano Barreto's future yet. That's Kotoko's CEO. And Black Stars job bigger than CK Akuno. That's Yao Boating-Jan saying that. All right, that'll be it for the Finder.
Okay, going straight into the daily guide. Planting for food and jobs was my idea, says President Mahama. Nana opens 10 million yam cassava factory. Ras Mubarak ex-wife fights over kids' school fees. President satisfied with IRCOP progress. I'm going to make a very short comment about this situation. Ras Mubarak and his ex-wife fighting over kids' school fees.
Yeah.
Now, I've had Rashida on my show a few times, Strong and Sassy, and so I do know her. I'm not interested in their personal lives. Frankly, I don't care. I mean, I'm divorced. I know how messy and painful it can be. I wish that they would take a moment and remember 2 things. One is that the internet never forgets. And 2 is that they are raising 2 daughters who are going to have a future, who are going to have friends, who are going to want to get married maybe one day, who are going to have children. And all of this, the greatest impact is going to be on the children. So they need to stop. For the sake of their children, fight privately if you have to. But you cannot do this on social media. You cannot do this to your children. It's unfair. They did not ask you to get married. They were not there when you were doing whatever it is that you're doing. And in the end, they will ultimately pay the price because the 2 of you are old buggers who have lived your lives, but their lives are about to start. Yeah. And I say this because I remember when my parents got divorced, some of my friends' parents asked them to stop being my friends because apparently there was some scandal that was going on with my parents getting divorced. And this was what, 30 years ago? And now in the day of social media, you put all your business out there. You have 2 daughters. I mean, come on, people.
That's very sound advice coming from Nimwa. And it's quite instructive for you to also say that your parents were divorced and you were also divorced. And so you know what it feels.
Yeah, I mean, to be the child, in divorce and then go through it myself. And it's just, I mean, can I just say happy birthday to my ex-husband, by the way? It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Philip. But we don't... Philip Atat, but he doesn't like publicity. But we pointed...
He doesn't like publicity, but you mentioned
Israel,
his name.
the substantive issue here is that...
Hi, Philip.
The substantive issue is that we don't do this. You don't do this to your children.
I agree.
You don't do this to your children. Come on, guys. It's really... I'm so upset. Anyway, let me continue. Because as Atamils will say, do you fear him? So if you did somebody's fearsome small, you stop and you come back to your house. Okay, let's face it. Mohammed's sarcasm remains his arch nemesis. First passenger flight departs Afghanistan since U.S. withdrawal. Gunmen abduct 3 workers at Obasanjo farms. ECOWAS mediators due in Guinea to meet coup leaders. Afghan journalists tell of beatings by Taliban. Deadly fire guts COVID hospital in North Macedonia. Let me go straight to the entertainment page. Oh gosh, okay. So Rashida and her husband get like a full half page in the Daily Guide. So Ras Mubarak ex-wife fight over kids' school fees. Well done, guys. Fantastic work there you're doing for your kids. Yvonne Nelson turns fashion designer, releases first bag collection. Well, there you go. More youths apply for jobs in Accra. Ghana needs a local shipping line. A Draman announces 2-week Yam Festival program. No food shortage in SHS. That's according to Education Ministry. Okay, so Education Ministry is saying there's no food shortage in senior high schools. There were speculations being peddled around that there was food shortage in SHS. Well, apparently it's unfortunate and it's not true. The Deputy Minister has gone round. But you know what they say, there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
Well, U.S. provides oxygen for COVID-19 response. Just pardon me for 2 seconds while I read my horoscope. I'll be right back. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Maiden edition of Afro Loud Party slated for September 17th. Oh, I can see Mr. Drew there. Good morning, Mr. Drew. I love his songs. And on the back page, football is sliding backwards, according to Rio Ferdinand. Boateng bit me and spat in my face. Okay, that's the Jerome Boateng story there. Nobody can rush the GFA into doing... Which
he's denying, by the way.
Yeah. Boateng, sorry, nobody can rush the GFA into doing anything. Well, obviously, Randy Abe declares, and UEFA threatens FIFA over World Cup. That's it for the Daily Guide. We do have more newspapers here, you know, just...
No, but we should be getting to the online review.
I think we have time for one more.
My Joy Online. Okay, so let me just quickly go through the headlines. So on the front page of the Daily Statesman, no plans to consider partnership on third country asylum. That's government saying that. And 10 million cedi 1D1F yam in cassava factory opens. And stop presenting minors to open court, magistrate tells police. On the front page of the BNFT, crate of eggs to hit 30 cedis by end of year as woes of poultry sector deeping. And the trained nurses and midwives on the rise. That's the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. It's intensifying calls to scrap certificate nursing. And GMPC has expertise to acquire stake in Accra AGM block. That's the energy minister saying that. And on the back page, United States provides life-saving support for COVID-19 response. That'll be it for the newspaper. So let's go online now. Okay, let's go to myjoyonline.com and the headline story. Osu KFC operation was a covert one against suspected criminals. Oh, I don't know what that's about. Okay, so there was a video that was making rounds of supposedly an attack on the KFC at Osu. Oxford Street. They're saying that it was a covert operation. Against suspected criminals. Okay, all right. Mahama urges chiefs to call out MPP government on abandoned projects. Arrest of suspects will not bring my son back, but it will appease me. Mother of murdered Omes student. 1D1F Akufo-Addo commissions that factory. Togolese artisans are more reliable than their Ghanaian counterparts. That's a Joy FM listener. Claims of food shortage by Mahama unfounded. That's according to a Greek minister. And the multimedia group launches the classroom projects to rebuild weak school buildings. We've been talking about that all week. Greater Accra Regional Minister leads task force to destroy illegal structures along the motorway. And Catholic Bishop resigns.
After falling in love. With a woman who writes satanic, erotic, hey, in some world. Oh my God. Anyways.
I'll be surprised if it's one of the very popular stories on my journal.
It's a very popular story in the world. Like, it's just, the most unlikely places you find love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways.
He must be really enjoying. I mean, especially having been, celibate for like forever and then.
And now he's being told satanic themed erotic.
They're teaching him things.
So, oh God, Israel, get your mind out of the gutter this morning.
No. I mean, what else do you expect? If you have someone like this being your partner, certainly, she would teach you things.
Okay, Israel. Okay. Israel, everyone. Yeah. Should we just go for a break and then when we come back, we'll do some sports?
We should.
All right, don't go anywhere. The AM show continues.